Hey everybody, what's going on? It is Rick and I'm back here with a pickup video. The stuff I'm going to show you is probably from about mid-February. It was from Bridget and I basically had a day that we were going to go to movies, go to Second and Charles. We ended up on the way to Second and Charles coming across a book sale at a local library, and we got some DVDs there. I want to say everything was $2. The turnout was absolutely crazy. Apparently, it's a big annual book sale that they have with tons of books, DVDs. There were Blu-rays, nothing I needed in Blu-rays. There was some stuff I got to flip. Bridget actually, I want to say, picked out everything here except for one title. So wanted to show this stuff off first. The first thing she grabbed was the original classic House on Haunted Hill with Vincent Price. I believe this is a public domain title, but I've never seen it. All the stuff was mint that we grabbed. So I like the remake of it, so definitely looking forward to checking out the original version. The next thing that she picked up, she basically grabbed based on the cast. It's a movie called Jackie's Back, brand new, factory sealed. The cast reads, Jennifer Lewis is the star along with, who's the other person they have listed? Tim Curry. So they're the stars, but then on both sides of the, where my finger are, both sides of the legs of the person, Tom Arnold, Charles Barkley, Jackie Collins, Melissa Etheridge, Whoopi Goldberg, Kathy Griffin, Ricky Lake, Penny Marshall, Bette Midler, Liza Minnelli, Kathy Najimy, Rosie O'Donnell, Dolly Parton, David Hyde Pierce. So a pretty, the cast is pretty insane. So she wanted to grab this. She wanted to see what it was all about. So we went ahead and grabbed that. Next, this was one she grabbed. The 1956 film, The Ten Commandments. I've never seen this, but I know Bridget said she used to watch it a lot when she was younger, so she wanted to grab that. This is the 2-disc version, so it has the case where both sides open there. It has the book, the original Warner Brother or Paramount release. The next thing here, another movie I've never seen, but I do like documentaries, and it is Dixie Chicks, Shut Up and Sing. Don't know much about it, but I'm intrigued by this one. This is definitely one I want to check out. They were under a lot of heat, the one Dixie Chick especially, for basically speaking out against, I believe they spoke out against the president or the government. But I'm curious to hear about this, to watch it and see what it's all about. So there's that. This was the last thing that Bridget picked out, and she got it because I've never seen it, and apparently she's a big fan of the movie. It stars Nicolas Cage, which is always a treat, and that is Valley Girl, this being the MGM Special Edition DVD. So yeah, I don't know much about it, but it looks interesting. I'm sure I'll enjoy it. The music is probably awesome in it because it takes place in the 80s. It's from the 80s. And then the last thing I grabbed, this was the thing I picked out. And a lot of this stuff, we might watch it, it might not make the shelf, or maybe it's just, a one-time rewatch. This is something I've never seen. Bridget's never seen it either. I know it's one of Will Smith's first movies from '93, and that is 6 Degrees of Separation. I've heard great things about this, but I've never actually seen it. I know it's a very dramatic film, if I'm not mistaken. It looks like Stockard Channing, Donald Sutherland. That looks like Anthony Michael Hall, and of course Will Smith. So I grabbed that to check out. And then we went to Second and Charles, and they were having, at the time, a buy 5, get 5 free sale again. And 6 things I got to keep. I think I bought 22 or 23 things. The rest was for flipping. Some really good stuff. I'm pretty sure it's all sold, or if not, everything except for 2 things have sold on my eBay page. The first thing, the thing I was pretty excited about that day because we were going to see the Impractical Jokers movie the day we went. It was a brand new factory sealed copy of Season 5 of Impractical Jokers. As you can see, it's open because there was a disc loose. Sadly, when I opened it, and I don't know if it'll show in the video, you can hear the disc, because I just put it back in there because the last disc of the show, disc 4, has gnarly, let's see, there you go, gnarly scratches from the loose disc. So now I need to try to find a copy of Impractical Jokers Season 5 with disc 4 not totally destroyed, because the rest of the discs are mint, but the plastic is broken in this. And I want to say this was only like, I mean, honestly, the stuff ended up not costing me anything because of the flipping I did, but I think this was only priced at like $4 or $5, and it was brand new factory sealed. So even if they didn't have the sale, I would have bought this. But like I said, disc 4 is scratched. It was loose. Next is the only thing that Bridget picked out from Second Charles on Blu-ray. I've never seen this. She said it's a really good movie. It stars Jeremy Sisto, Scott Wolf, Ryan Phillippe, and Jeff Bridges. And it's a Mill Creek release of White Squall, which is a Ridley Scott movie. I've never seen this. It sounds very good. Looks really interesting. I've never personally seen it. It looks like it's from, it's weird, it doesn't have a date. The only thing it says here is 2012, but I know this movie's older than 2012. But it looks really good. Everybody looks super young. Like Ryan Phillippe looks like he's about 15 in this, but definitely wanted to check that out. So we grabbed that. The next thing is something that's been on my watch list for a while. A documentary that I want to see, and as you guys know, I love music documentaries, I love music films, and this is a movie about backup singers, basically. This is brand new factory sealed on Blu-ray, 20 Feet from Stardom. I've heard great things. I've just never had the chance to see it. It's never been on my radar. I've never found it out in a while. Like I said, brand new factory sealed. Went ahead and grabbed this. Technically, this, like I said, all this stuff was free after I sold the other stuff, but I think this was priced at like $7 or $8. But once again, with the buy 5 get 5 sale, it's an amazing time to shop at Second and Charles. So I snagged that. The next find was a pretty awesome find. This is a movie I didn't know anything about, and then I bought a really big deal, gosh, probably like a year and a half ago. It was like one of my first fortes into flipping. It was a local garage sale in the development I used to live in, and this was a movie in there. It was on DVD, and then Joe Martinez was like, "Oh, I want to grab that," and he goes, "But you have to watch it first." And I was like, "Okay." And I'm shocked I had never heard of the movie up until that point. But when I saw this on the shelf, the first thing that caught my eye is a Shout Select release. So that was awesome. And then I looked and it was only priced at like, I want to say $6, which once again, I would have bought even without the sale. And that is 3 o'clock high on Blu-ray. So like I said, Joe got the DVD a while ago that was in a deal. But when I found this on Blu-ray, I really did enjoy the movie. You know, it's a very fun watch. If you guys have seen the movie Fist Fight, this was basically what Fist Fight was based on. That just happens to be convenient. So there's Fist Fight with Charlie Day and Ice Cube. Very similar to 3 O'Clock High. This is a rated R movie. This is PG-13, but it's basically about a kid who kind of stands up to his school bully, bad guy, and he's going to have a fight at 3 o'clock, and the movie builds up to this fight after school. So it is great. I was glad to find this on Blu-ray to add to my collection. And in this, I saw it on this shelf. I was shocked that they had it already used. Well, kind of shocked. If you've seen the movie, you'll know what I mean. But I watched this streaming. It is a so bad it's good classic. This is right up there, in my opinion, with The Room. I think this was only priced at like $6 or $6.52. So everything I got was priced really well, except for the last thing was pretty pricey, and you'll see why it was a little more expensive. But ended up not costing me anything out of pocket. But Fanatic with John Travolta. If you guys aren't familiar with this movie, it is written and directed by Fred Durst. Yes, Fred Durst of Limp Bizkit. Starring John Travolta, who plays Moose, an obsessed fan of Devon Sawa, who plays an actor in the film, but it's Devon Sawa. And it is horribly, horribly bad, but also very entertaining. Basically, the first line of the movie is something along the lines of, we gotta be quick, I gotta poo. And that is like the first words that John Travolta utters. And you can see the tagline is, all he wanted was an autograph. He's obsessed with this actor. He's obsessed with collecting autographs and movie memorabilia. I think it's 89 minutes. It's rated R. It's a fun time. It came with the slip. The disc was mint, so I had to add that to my collection. Not costing me anything. $6 otherwise. Grab that. And the last thing I got, I really love the artwork on this. I have it in a 3-pack Blu-ray. And I'm kind of torn now because the other 2 movies I don't own on other formats, so I have to keep the 3-pack Blu-ray. But wanted to get this 4K. Like I said, I love the artwork. And that is Gremlins. Very cool. I love Gizmo there on top of the Gremlins with the gremlin claws on either side. But definitely wanted to add this to my collection. And like I said, I love the slipcover here. I love the artwork. And yeah, it was the 35th anniversary version. I think this was priced like 13 or 14 bucks, but I'm not going to repeat myself. Free, but I wouldn't have bought this if it wasn't a sale. And then the other thing I actually didn't go buy, but Bridget was going to visit with some friends, and she was buying FYE. And so they were having a sale, and it was buy one. Let me see. The receipt's still in here. It was buy one, get one free on certain steelbooks. And yeah, so it was buy one, get one free. However, there were certain steelbooks I was looking for, one in particular. And then I kind of had a list of stuff I would get. And it was only full price. The cashier messed up. And you'll see in a second what I mean. So the first steelbook, the one that wasn't necessarily on my list, but I love the artwork, and this is my first Mondo steelbook, is Wreck-It Ralph. Probably one of my favorite Disney movies of the last like 15 years. And I love the artwork. The Mondo steelbooks come wrapped in plastic. So this will stay sealed on my shelf. It is the UK, but it is region free. So wanted to grab that. But the reason why I really wanted to hit up the steelbook sale, this is a title I've been looking for. You know, the fact that I got the steelbook of it is much more exciting to me than just getting the standard version, because I did not own it. And that is The Warriors, the 40th anniversary edition steelbook, the FYE exclusive, as you can see right there. So yeah, 2 steelbooks. This was priced, I think, full price at like $34.99. This was priced at $19.99, as you can see. And I kept my receipt on purpose because the guy who rang Bridget up, let's see if we can do this here. Yeah, he charged $19.99 for The Warriors and gave us Wreck-It Ralph for free. So I paid $20 for the Warriors steelbook and the Wreck-It Ralph Mondo steelbook. An amazing deal. Probably not the deal I should have gotten. But yeah, heck yeah, 20 bucks for my first Mondo, and finally owning the Warriors on Blu-ray, the steelbook on top of it, which is just as cool. There was like a Gremlins steelbook I was looking at that I liked there, a Goonies steelbook, but this was the one I really wanted. They had it, and this was a cool free title, if you will. 10 bucks a piece for these is awesome. And that's it, guys. That is what we grabbed from the adventure that we went on that day. A pretty awesome haul, in my opinion, there. So thank you guys, as always, for watching. Thank you for checking out the video. Thank you for subscribing. If you don't subscribe, hit hit the subscription, hit the notification bell so you guys know when I drop new videos. Also hit the like button if you don't mind. Leave comments. I love interacting with you guys. Check the description box down below where you can find links to my Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, eBay account, Letterboxd where I rate and review all the movies I watch, Blu-ray.com, Amazon wishlist, email address, post office box, all that stuff to be found in the description box down below. I'll see you guys next time. As always, who's down to a movie? Iced tea.